If you've ever tried walking home with your friends after a long night out, at the little bars, having a little drinky, and your legs stop working, well, then Friendly Steps is gonna feel immediately familiar. A huge thanks to the developers for providing us with the review key for the game's demo so we can get our hands on it and put our friendship to the absolute test. Let's check this out.
Once I hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back. No control, unadulterated, give me space like that. Hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back.
At its core, Friendly Steps is a hilarious, full-fledged physics co-op game that takes one of the most simple human actions, walking, and turns into an absolute disaster in the best way possible. Instead of just pushing forward on an analog stick, you actually have to control each leg independently while navigating your way home. When you throw it up to 4 players into the mix, often chained or roped together, trying to tackle stairs, bridges, and sketchy neighborhood shortcuts, the results are pure, unadulterated chaos. Because of that physics engine, the game gets surprisingly difficult. You'll find yourself consistently tumbling down hills, dragging your unconscious buddy across a playground, or accidentally pulling your entire squad off the side of a bridge because, one person lost their footing. But that difficulty is exactly what makes the game work. When you and your friends actually manage to coordinate your movements and clear a particular brutal obstacle, the payoff and sense of accomplishment feel fantastic. You genuinely feel like you've conquered an Everest of drunk walking together. Visually, the game nails the mood it's going for. The graphics are delightfully goofy, featuring stylized and ridiculous character models and absurd outfits that perfectly fit the lighthearted tone. Watching a crew of poorly dressed, wobbly ragdolls clumsily stumbling through a city never stops being funny, and the art style leans right into that comedic energy. Now, being that is current, being that this is currently only a demo, it's not without its rough edges. There are definitely some bugs here and there, and the controls and the character physics could stand to be a little more fluid in certain areas. Sometimes the ragdoll interactions get a bit janky or clunky in ways that feel more like a game hiccup than intentional difficulty. But considering the early state of the project, those issues are pretty easy to overlook when you're laughing too hard to care. Even in its current demo state, Friendly Steps shows a ton of potential as a go-to party game. If the developers can clean up the physics fluidity and squash some of the mechanical bugs before release, this has all the ingredients of a staple multiplayer title for game nights. Overall, if you're a fan of physics-based cooperative games that don't take themselves too seriously and thrive on player-driven comedy, this one is definitely worth keeping on your radar. Grab a few friends, grab a few drinks, drink responsibly, check out the demo on Steam, and you see what it actually takes to make it back home. As always, guys, my name is Jose here at Ether. Be kind, love one another, and don't be a dick. See ya.